Alright, taking a few minutes to sit down to good old Mr. President test. And when we last left off, we had a pretty good legislative and domestic segment. But we just got slapped in the face when we drew from a crisis chick cup. We gotta draw 3 crisis cards. So, oh my goodness. Alright, well here it goes. The first one we will draw. And we'll get the gist of it down here at the bottom. It says Congress clashes over renewable energy policy. All right. Immediately, televised debates spotlight congressional rising stars and attack your energy policies. Draw and add one political opponent to Congress. I do one of my -1 public approvals. We could take that. Move the energy independence public priority counter to the #1 box, public legislative priorities. Public priority counter. Energy independence. I don't think we got that. We'll have to look that one up. We'll check that out. But before then, we add one political opponent to Congress. Okay, let's see here. Crisis friends and opponents. We got it all set up here. Ready to go. We need a low number. We don't want anybody with media attributes. With a low number. Who's our new opponent? We gotta put him on the right side. That is it. Oh, we got a bad one. I shouldn't have said it. Should have put it out there. All right, he's a moderate though. Has a good media standing, and his name is Court Wilson. I think that's his novice side. Yeah. Oh, that's his radical side. So I don't know which one we pick. Come on, reading media 1. Media 2. This looks like it's its front here, so I'm not sure. Alright, well, moderate. We'll put him in here to Congress. Our congressional opponents box. And there we are. There are our 3 opponents right now. Okey-dokey. Now we have to check out this. Move the energy independence public priority counter to the #1 box on the public legislative priorities track. Alright, we'll be right back. Alright, we'll be switching the #1 public priority, and their preference for their legislation will now be energy independence, because there were some televised debates spotlighting congressional rising stars. Whatever that could be, and attack your energy policies. Well, this is just a game. It ain't nothing to do with what I really prefer, because my energy policies will be. Oh, hold on. Oh, look, you come down here. Hello, happy holiday, Luca. Yeah. Alrighty. We gotta take a little break, give somebody a little bit of attention here. Hello. He's all happy it's the holidays and Daddy's home. Get reintroduced to my familia. We'll be back. Alright. Let's see here. So, exchange the public legislation priorities. The #1 was education reform. And as a matter of fact, kind of ironic, you can't make this shit up. We just passed that. So that is good. We'll get rid of that one. We'll put in their new #1 priority is we want cheaper gas prices, cheaper everything. So we'll see what we can do about drilling wherever we can and fracking whatever we can. Okay, hold on a second. Key cabinets, public legislation. We'll put that back in there. All right. So now we got to do a media slant. We check that out. It's been a while. We should have this down pat, but we don't. We check the media slant. We'll be right back. All right. I just want to make a little point of how much we love this game. We got our books all set up nice here in order. Most people say I'm anal, which probably am. But here we want media slant. I haven't been here in a while. We check out our good old GM book, and they got us set up. Just go over here to old media slant and check out your page, and you're on it. Be right back with my game of the year, Mr. President. All right, another great mechanic in this Mr. President game. This is media slant, and I just enjoy going through the books. I'm not much of a reader per se, but on this one, it's kind of like I compare it to a role-playing game. As a matter of fact, we have in the pipe on its way, and in the past the P500 is Napoleon rendition of Mr. President. I kid you not. Napoleon, I think is what it's called, and we're all excited about that one. I think that might be one of my Compass game pre-orders. But yeah, we're excited about that one. But anyway, on this one, you discover the effect of the slant on those events. Check your media relations and apply the additional public approval benefit. All right. Then, to discover the effect of the media slant on these, check your media relations. All right, let's see here. Media relations. Oh, I got you down here. All right, we're at a 7, so I'm going to move the counter on up. Zoom on in. Media slant +1 public approval. So there you go. Oh, I got it down here anyway. All right, we don't need that. But anyway, media slant +1 public approval. I come out on top. Don't mess with me. Public loves me, so we're back up to 70%. Yeah, those little rising stars in Congress. Huh. You're up against the man here. So anyway, that'll take care of that card. It's got the old black symbol on it, which means it will be discarded. I'm pretty sure that smaller pile is my discard pile. A lot of cards in here that we didn't use in the initial setup. All right. That is that. Let's better keep track of the old Abakai. We got 2 cards left to draw. We've drawn 1. Let's check out our next crisis card. This is great. We're loving this. We're loving this game. And then as a matter of fact, it's the time of year, like I said, it's balls to the walls, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning till 6 or 7 at night. And now we are just easing on through, enjoying life. And I'd be honest with you, I've done this almost my whole working career, being off 2 months during the summertime or during the winter. And I don't know how people work 12 months out of the year. Oh, God. I know I couldn't do my job 12 months. Anyway, here we go. Russians clash with Europeans and Canadians over Arctic mineral rights. Never any good. Is this a cascading event? I don't think it is. Oh, it goes to the R pile, which is the reshuffle pile. Okay, so this could come up again. Place 2 tension counters on Russia. Russia always has tensions. Man. Oh, on Russia, NATO, Canada, and UK, remove 1 Russia influence counter from the Eurozone. We'll take that. There is no Russia influence counter there. All right, we like that. Place 1 AP counter on Russia and 1 regional crisis in Eurozone. What's Eurozone look like? We got that pretty well down. It's getting up there now, though. Shit. All right. Ooh, 2 Russian tension counters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wow. Ain't that a bitch? What happened there? They're really clashing. All right, hold on. 2 Russian counters on Russia, NATO counters. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're grabbing us some fucking tensions. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. All right, let me place these appropriately in their spots. We'll be right back. All right, so our tensions have been applied. And here's what it's looking like over there. I think there's a little bit of tension in NATO. And another thing is NATO's close, not very close. I did notice a couple of those. Britain and the Eurozone are falling away. We have to get those boys. We have to invite those boys over for some tea and some, who knows, wine. All right, so anyway, let's go over here. Yeah, look at the old Russian Federation. Wow, they are a troublemaker in this game. All right, well, next thing we have to do is put 1 action point on Russia. So I guess they get an extra action point. So let's put that over here generally. Around there. All right, and last but not least, 1 in a regional crisis of the Eurozone. Yeah, you think? All right, we have to do that. When we do that, and it gets close, we go over here and we get a little white die. And say it's on the number 3. What's this little kind of? I just do it myself. It's kind of goofy, but I put it up here. Let me know this spot needs to be taken care of. Although all I have to do is look at these little tracks and find out which one it is. All right, I do my own little quick references. All right, this goes into the reshuffle pile right up here, and we're going for our last card. Oh, get some gist of it right away down here, and it is congressional leaders make a regional trip. This could be good. Alright, immediately roll 1d10, select a random region. Alright, let's see where we're going. Where the Congress knuckleheads heading to? They're heading to 2. That comes up to the Eastern Europe. What's that number 2 up there? Alright, what are they going to do over there? Then roll another d10 to make a regional alignment check. Alright, d10. I think we're always looking for lower numbers in this game. 4. Midway. Alright. Oh, regional alignment. Okay, let me see here. Eastern Europe. Regional alignment is at 6. We rolled a 4. That is less. I think we passed. Alright. Let me make sure I'm doing that right. We'll be right back. Again, you go to the good old GM box. I wish all games were like this. And you just look underneath there and track checks. That's what we'll be checking out real quick. Alright, so yeah, it is equal to or less. So equal to our regional alignment. There you go. It's 6 or less. So we got a 4. So we pass. So pass. The Congressional Knuckleheads trip was successful. Draw and place a UN Goodwill counter in the earned Goodwill box. Yes, we like those. Those come in handy. We know all about those. Place a trending pro-US counter in the region. Alright, let me check that out. We'll be right back. Alright, well, I had a Goodwill counter over here. They're not supposed to go over there. They go over this little spot here, so I just put one in there. We will draw 1 UN counter. These things are very valuable. We have 2 of them now. Alright, we also got our trending pro-US counter. There isn't one on there on the regional alignment. So we'll put one on here. Now, if we get another one, it'll go up. We'll take this one off and it'll go up. But now we just put that trending US counter on Eastern Europe. We love that. Way to go, Congressional Delegatione. It says discard this afterwards. So we are done. We have survived the we have survived the 3 crisis jets. Pull. Alright, now we get to go to Focus National Intelligence. There's a couple blue ones here, so I get to go on the offensive. Yes. We're having a great time. It's the holidays. We were so kicked back and it's pathetic. And the thing of it is, it's kind of a, what do you call it? Culture shock or a body shock when you go from, you know, working so much to just kind of easing on back. So we're loving it. We can't get enough sleep. We can't get enough good times. We can't get enough war games. We can't get enough being home for a while. Take it easy and enjoy the holidays. We'll be right back. Focused National Intelligence. I'm going to give you 2 of these markers, and hopefully I put them in some good spots with a bunch of terror groups. We'll be rolling the dice on this table. On each of the spots we have our markers on. And here you go. With our good old die roll modifiers, always looking for these low numbers. So let me see, our first Focus National Intelligence counter is in Africa. There you go, a bunch of terror groups there. China influence in Africa, but most importantly, we have our Focus National Intelligence marker there. So we'll be rolling for that area first. Let me see. If strategic recon intel gathering is higher than both Russia. Strategic recon / intel. Strategic recon / intel. Ooh, here you go. We are ahead of everybody, so that gives us a -1. If cyber warfare is higher than both Russia and China's, I don't think we are on that one. We're all tied. We have to get above that. We'll have to do something about that. So we got a -1 so far. +1 if either Russia or China has influence counters in the region and their cyber strategic capability is greater than the U.S. It's not, so we don't. That's moot. So I think we're looking at a total of -1 on this die roll for our Focus National Intelligence. Like I said, I was looking for a small or a low number. Let's see what it goes on there. -1 with a 5. So we're going to 4, 3 through 5. Move a level 3 to 1 or target group in the region to the locating box, and it helps. So let me see, in Africa, we don't have any high priority ones, so let's put this one here in the locating. There you go. Effects of war. Choose one. Alright, no, really no war. The U.S. if U.S. or U.S. ally is involved in a war in the region, doesn't account if there is civil war in the region, and there is not in Africa. So that's about all we can do on that focused intelligence. Huh. Wasn't too much. We will go to our next. Oh, shit. And where would that be? Oh, over here in Central America. We'll be doing the same thing. Diurnal modifiers, -1. And it is if either Russia or China has an influence counter in the region, and their strategic capability is greater, which it's not. But they do have a influence counter there. And if their strategic capability was greater than the U.S., they get a +1 on this diurnal modifier. They don't, so I'm going to stick with my -1 for Central America. Oh, it hurts. Effects on terrorism. That'll be an 8. Move a level 3 2 on that party to the locating box. Well, it's about the same thing. Alright, we got 2, 3, 2, or 1. 2 will be the next one, locating. So that's about it on the 8. There you go. I guess it's all good. It just gets a little bit better up here. Look at all I get to do on the low number. And on this one, ain't no big. It looks like this might even be the gathering. So this is even worse. Locating's better. Gathering's your first one, then you locate them, then you target them. Just basic steps. All right, I think that's going to be it for my focused national intelligence. Now I can reposition those markers. Let me see if I do want to and where I would reposition them to. We'll be right back. All right, well, I think I'm going to switch my markers here. Not that those aren't good spots to have the markers at, but I'll switch it from Africa. He's got a bunch of 2s and 1s, but over here in Asia Pacific, you can see we got a level 3 terror group. So we're going to put our focused national intelligence in Asia Pacific, and we're going to move our marker from Central America over here to Central South Asia, because we got a number 3 level terror group there also, and they're in the gathering box. So we're already gathering intelligence on them. So higher level terror groups, moving my focused national intelligence to those regions. All right, that'll take care of the focused national intelligence. 1 action for POTUS and each cabinet member. Wow. That sounds good. We got to get rid of some of these tensions in the Eurozone and get our allies closer. So that's what we'll be doing on this. We'll be right back. All right, our first one's going to be this ally, and it's automatic. So it's an ally, remove up to 2 tension counters, and I don't roll for it. So in NATO, we're going to take off 2 of these. We're just going to keep on taking them off because he is skyscrapered with those tension counters. All right, how many actions do I have to take? As president, you can perform 1 action of any. Okay, we did that. Declare charge president, blah, 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 and remove a tension counters, or remove a tension counter from anywhere on the game board. Wow. Nah, we did what we did. You may also exchange an action for 1 action point. We're fine. Each cabinet member may also perform an action at a time which you're eligible. All right. So diplomatic master actions. He will decrease tensions. Be the same thing. Remove 2 tension counters. No roll. So 2 more tension counters coming off of NATO. Or NATO and the Eurozone. All right. That'll take care of my Secretary of State. All right, let's see who we got next. We got the Chief of Staff, and on these usually tells you, it tells you right here. So let me see here. So my diplomatic action I just used was POTUS, Vice President, or Secretary of State. I think we'll go ahead with my Secretary of State. Oh, we'll look at this. Maybe I would have had my Vice President. Well, let me see here. Domestic master actions, Vice President. This will be my Secretary of State, so he took care of this. We have some more to go through. We'll be right back. All right, now for our Secretary of Defense, we're going to use military professionals to treat disease, build schools and clinics, and create other infrastructure in a war-torn region. During any activation, was the region reduce the level of crisis in the region? Yep. Activation only may be taken, blah, 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 with a war or civil war. Oh, they do have a civil war in the Eurozone, so that's good. Or not good, but anyway. All right, Let me see here. We got a die roll and modifiers. In the Eurozone, there are 1 Russian influence and 2 China's. So, +1 if China or Russia has a counter in the region. So we got a +1 on this. But minus my Secretary of Defense's rating. Let's see here. Defense rating is 1, so we're rolling with no die roll modifiers will negate their +1 for them having influencing the region. So we'll be rolling on this. Looking for a low number, of course, in this game. And no die roll modifiers. Low roll within 8. Not good. No effect. So our Secretary of Defense has taken his action. We got a presidential. I think the president just did his, so we'll have to check that out. But let me check out what the domestic action will be for my Chief of Staff, I'm thinking. Yeah, Chief of Staff. We'll be right back. All right, for my Chief of Staff, we're going to do this. We're going to do the dirty work. Discredit and dissuade a congressional opponent. I want to remove one of those back to the draw cup. So what we will do, it costs 1 action, optional 1 costs 1 action point for 1 die roll modifier. We will do that. We're at the 20 action point mark. We'll go down at 19. Ooh, hold on a second here. Ooh, action points times 10. 19. We get a -1 die roll modifier. Alright. Minus another one if my public approval is 60 or higher. It is. It's 70. So it's -2. Oh. Yeah. -1 for that one. It's 1 for the action point I just spent. Minus the domestic rating of my Chief of Staff. Oh. -1. So we're down to -3. +1 of opponent's legislative rating is 2 or 3. Oh, what is it? There is none. Oh, it might be 2 or 3. Which one do we want to get rid of? I guess the highest one. So their rating is 2, so we got a +1 there. So looking at a -1, -1, -1. We're looking at -2 now. +1 if relations with Congress is less than 4. Relations to Congress is not less than 4, so we're looking at this roll with a -1, and we need the ultimate low rolls and everything in this game. -1 with the 2. Oh, success. Place the opponent back in the draw cup. We're loving that. She was pretty nasty. We just got her up in there, so yeah. Little Kathleen Bell had that media on there too. Not all of them got that media 1. She was a moderate. She's going back into the draw cup. We found some dirty laundry, and we were telling her we're going to the news with it, and she's out of there. All right, so that'll take care of my Chief of Staff. Next, we'll go for Vice President. And he can do any of these. Secretary of Defense. And Vice President. Okay, Vice VP can do any of these 2. You can see here. Only POTUS Vice President. Only POTUS Vice President. Be right back. Alright, was going to try and take automatically 2 tensions off of NATO again, but we need to get that crisis level down in Eurozone. So we're going here. Diplomatic rating of my Secretary of State is... what we got here? It's got to be a 1. Alright, so that'll be a -1. -1 if my stability is 6 or higher in the Eurozone. Oh, we're loving life there. Can we just improve that too? So we get that too. So there's a -2. On this one here, we need an ultimate low number, and we are trying to decrease the crisis level. Low number is -2. Ooh, it was a 3. 2 to 6. Decrease crisis region by 1 box. So here you go. Back from the brink. Grab my white die. Let's get on the board again. Oh, sorry about that. Get on the board again. Okay. I think that takes care of everybody. We got a presidential action, but we just took that. to begin with. Each POTUS and each cabinet member for activation phase 3 only. So this is the only time we could have used that. Alright, take 1 action for every cabinet member. Take 4, any 4 diplomatic or military actions. Man, when it rains, it pours. We're going to check that out. It's a good time for us to get some of these tension counters off. Remove some. I want to remove some influence. Get the stability up. All kinds of stuff to do. We're having a great time at this game that was just named by one of the Legendary Tactics boys. I just watched their video. They had their best games of 2003. Well, he's on board with me, with Mr. President. Yeah, we love this game. Excuse me. This is my #1 game of the year. A couple of years. This is a good game. So we'll be back. 4 actions. #1, we're going back to the decreased tensions well. It's automatic with a ally. So ally, remove up to 2 tension counters, no roll. We're going back to NATO, getting that sucker on down there. Oh, need to do it again, but that's 4. We have 3 left. Let's see if we can do that again. All right. 1 action, optional cost. 1 die roll modifier. It doesn't say that it can only be used once, and it would tell you that. We are going to do that, but we're going to do it with Great Britain. We're taking off 2 tension counters for Great Britain. 1, 2. All right, we're getting them down there. The tension's out of there. All right. That is 3. We have 2 actions left. I want to get these guys closer to us too, so we're going to attempt. This is a good one. We're going to invite the leader of NATO's leader, to the White House to improve relations. During any activation with the diplomatic blah blah blah, may be taken only once per activation segment. So, yeah. Who do we want? NATO or Great Britain? We'll go for Great Britain. All right. Traditional ally, longer at NATO. Alright, cost 1 action, optional 1 action point for 1 die roll modifier. We will do that, pushing us down to 18 action points. Alright, choose an ally, blah blah blah, roll 1d10. Alright, -1. -1 to have the ally's best friend POTUS attribute. Nope. And +1 if the current ally is estranged. He is not, so we'll have a -1 on this. Always looking for the low roll. -1. Oh man, I'm telling you, Lady Luck, it's left us. It's a 5 or less. 5 was a roll. 6 or less, rather. Improved relationship 1 level. Remove 1 tension counter. So we'll take that. So relationship with Great Britain goes from close. And here's how I signify that. I moved the counter over. You always want to look at this spot right here, and if it's not, you just move the counter on over. So you see these counters are slided over, you know it's close. So now we can move this counter back on over to the very close spot. We remove 1 tension. That helps because they only got all 1 tension on there, and that was a big stack. We're not done with that yet. We'll see what goes on. We have 1 more action left. Oh, we'd like to get. Oh, that can only be performed. May only be used once per activation segment. Yeah. May only be used once per activation segment, so we can't do that again. Let me check things out here real quick, and we'll be right back for our last action. All right, we're going to go ahead with the automatic. I like that automatic. Decrease tensions on an ally. So we will remove 2 counters. An ally remove the 2 tension counters from an ally with no roll. So we're going back to the well over here with NATO. We'll take off their 2. They only got 1 counter on there. So that was definitely successful. Wow. What a godsend to have that activation to come on up. So it'll take care of my last action and the last action of activation phase 3 of year #2. We're getting ready to go into year #3. When we come back, we're calling this a video, but we'll start activation phase 4. And there you go. Draw some bunch of draw an action shit. Hopefully we don't do it again and again, but then we got 3 actions left. Key support check. Terror chaos. Ooh, that's always tough. So hopefully we we prepared. There you go. That's what is coming up in the next video. Having a great time in my second year of my Mr. President game. We'll be back.